it. Both teams running back the exact same strategy that we saw in the previous game. Rubik, Centaur, Ogre Magi on the side of Thunder Predator, Magnus, Enchantress, Dark Willow. Ricky, me, you, and all the viewers, we've seen this one before, and it didn't go so well for Thunder Predator.
True. Hear me out, though.
All right.
The reason that this, I think, has worked for Zoomers, they had second pick both of these times, giving a last pick Earthshaker and a last pick Earth Spirit on over to Gunnar. He's not going to have that ability this time, so he's going to have to reveal his hero before Thunder Predator, and that will give Dark Mago a much better lane matchup. Actually,
I got a serious case
Dark
of deja
Mago
vu
last
here,
pick
Ricky.
Bristle. They got last pick Bristleback last game. Never mind. Okay, they are going to go and take the Kunkka. This is something I thought they were going to pick themselves here on Thunder Predator. This is almost an identical draft. We have 7 of the 8 same heroes, same bands, if I'm not mistaken, all in the same order. Yep. The only difference is Kunkka picked up here by Thunder Predator. So we're looking for Pak as his hero.
Yeah, rather than the Bristleback, and we don't have the Medusa this time either. And the Medusa was a pretty big problem. I think they should probably ban that one out. The Kunkka gives them a little bit more AoE control. I do like that one quite a bit, but the Ogre Magi and the Rubik were definitely lacking in that last game. I'm not sure if they're going to run the Earth Spirit back. Thunder Predator is going to ban out the Earth Spirit, but I feel like Kunkka's a better solution.
They're just going to pick a mid lane counter to the Kunkka, right?
Mm-hmm. You could go for something like a Death Prophet here.
It really depends on what they want to do. Like they know that this is a mid lane Kunkka. It's Dark Mago's specialty. They have to go ahead and just ban out the counters here to the Chaos Knight. You know, they've already removed one. The Leshrac, the Ember Spirit's already removed as well. Things that come to mind personally, Faceless Void is one of them.
Just for that strength in the late game against the Chaos Knight.
Yeah, and it's you have the Ogre Magi to help you in the early mid game, but
what do you feel about Sven here? Not enough?
Sven could do it. I think Sven's not bad. They banned the PL. That's a really hard counter to the Chaos Knight. That makes sense.
Yeah. I guess they're more concerned about like these super hard carries. And yeah, they do get rid of that Earth Spirit.
That's respect, man.
Yeah, that's respect for Gunner's Earth Spirit. Despite the fact he was stuck on that cliff, Zoomers gave Thunder Predator nearly the same beatdown that Thunder Predator gave Zoomers in game number 3 yesterday. But it did take Thunder Predator a little while to get in the lobby. I think they had some serious discussions about what went wrong in that last match. And if they feel confident enough to run back the exact same beginning of their previous draft, and they feel like it was map movement and the player issues and not necessarily draft issues.
I agree with I actually do agree with that. I don't think their draft was necessarily worse. I think Thunder Predator had an advantage and then underestimated the heroes that were doing well at the time on Zoomers, and that like caused them to take some really unnecessary deaths in that like early mid game, and Zoomers just capitalized on it. They came back in when really like they shouldn't have been able to. Like they should have just waited for Pakaz's items and then just gone for a 5-man when you knew you had the advantage. But taking disadvantaged fights there, I mean, Gunner's only option is to fight on this Earth Spirit, right? Like that's how he gets back into the game. You have a Chaos Knight who has tons of items, who wants to fight as well. So you're always taking fights man down.
Yeah, and you're out farming them, but I think the Bristleback felt the strongest, and he was making the calls, and the calls didn't turn out so good in that last game. At 4 seconds reserve time left on the side of Zoomers, they get rid of the Templar Assassin. So again, worried about super hard. Well, that one makes a bit less sense to me. I understand the PL pick. I mean, you don't want to deal with that as the game goes late. Templar Assassin. I mean, you've already got a Kunkka. Angel does play it in position 1 fairly well, but I think he needs a harder carry than TA.
It's just heroes that I think like they want to prevent like snowballing the Magnus lane. They ban out Gunner's Brewmaster. I think this is actually the correct call. Brewmaster incredibly good against the Centaur, Warrunner, and the Kunkka, just being able to prevent them from being able to play in these fights. And when you have a hero like Chaos Knight who just deletes a hero on entry, and you have Magnus like RP, you have like these like guaranteed ways of locking down heroes and getting kills. And if you give Gunner a hero like the Brewmaster to reduce your numbers even more, it'd be very difficult. But they go and pick up the Dragon Knight. This actually might be Moo's hero.
Maybe it might be Moo, might be Gunner. I mean, it's going to do the same thing as the Earth Spirit in the way that it's your initiator, and it's also very
10
tanky, difficult to
seconds
bring down.
remaining.
And that's how they split up Thunder Predator in some of the earlier fights in the last game.
5
Dark Mago
seconds.
committed onto the Earth Spirit, or he tried to commit onto the Centaur. There's no easy targets for them. They don't gap the distance well enough with the Thunder Predator lineup to be able to get the Enchantress, the Dark Willow. Dark Willow can Dark Realm to disengage. The Enchantress is going to slow your attack speed with Untouchable. So the Bristleback couldn't really kill either of them there. And then way too much HP on the Earth Spirit. The Dragon Knight's also going to be very tanky, so you're going to struggle to bring him down. And your supports, Ogre Magi and Rubik, both do pretty low damage, as does the Centaur. So they need something huge here uh,
You can't pick
on Thunder
Life Stealer
Predator.
at all. You gotta pick.
No, damage doesn't come out fast enough.
Yeah, damage isn't fast enough, but also RP's too rough. Yeah, it is this Sven. I think I
It
think
does.
this is like the best option. It really is.
I mean, it's a silver edge carrier. It's going to be able to break the passive on DK. You can clear out the Chaos Knight illusions. You're going to cleave down the enemy team, but again, you have your three cores that are just merely strength heroes that Magnus is going to be able to punish with the RPs. And we saw some sick RPs from Moo in the last game. I feel like land some crazy ones again, but they're not 100% decided on who's going where. You might be correct about Gunner on the Magnus mid, but I'm leaning towards Gunner on the Dragon Knight.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, it is going to be Gunner's DK in the mid lane,
Mhm.
and he'll do fine. Like he'll just kind of farm. He's not really under kill threat there of the Kunkka. He just has to worry about rotations. That's like about it. But
10
yeah, you're right. If he gets this blink initiation, like blink Dragon Tail is just one hell of an
5
ability.
seconds
And
remaining.
the follow up you have from that here on Zoomers is a lot to deal with. But this last pick Sven, it's really sick. It's a great Sven pick. That
Just
burst
hope that
damage is huge.
which is how that they're able to get the favorable initiations and don't get split up like they did last game against Zoomers. Again, it is difficult to bring down any of these cores. And let's hope they don't give Husky a repeat performance of what he got last game on his Enchantress.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I mean, they've
Uh,
just been picking this Mag Enchantress opener every single game, and it's been working out incredibly well for them.
mhm. All right. It's about to be a good one. Thunder Predator, they can't afford to drop another game here. Off to a bad start. Morale isn't very high either after that last performance, I imagine. But Dark Mega on here that he's very comfortable with. Not as good as a Bat Rider, but his Kunkka is pretty standout. Oscar's been playing a lot of Centaur War Runner too. I'm just not sure if this Rubik is the correct pick. He didn't really get the opportunity to do anything in the last game, and I'm not sure he will this game either.
I mean, a lot of that was just targeting, right? Like every time Costa Bile saw him, it was just blink, Reality Rift the Rubik, and he's just dead before he has any ability to respond. Like the amount of burst damage that was coming through from Costa Bile in this game, or in this last game, was just way too much for them to deal with. And
Hmm.
here we are. Game 2 of the grand finals here at the BTS Pro Series Season 9. Zoomers currently up 1 game. Thunder Predator trying to pull this one back within reach. Morale has to be so high for the side of 4 Zoomers here. I mean, they're taking it, seems like they're taking it 1 game at a time, but these guys are on a freight train right now.
Oh boy. Well, right now they're just gonna hug the triangle here. But some of the same, you're not gonna have the same solutions against Thunder Predators lineup that you did last game on 4 Zoomers. Like Heaven's Halberd, not as much of an option against the Sven as it was on the Medusa. And I imagine you're gonna build a Sanji Yasha on the Sven this game as well for the Dash resistance because you're playing against some big stunts. The Chaos Bolt, the Dragon Tail, the RP from Moo. So Dash resistance is gonna be pretty important for him.
I mean, he's just got to be the one initiating, right? He can't be the one
Yeah.
that gets found. He's going to have to go in with like a blink, instantly catch these heroes like Moo, or even the supports like Husky and Z Freak, and then just Stormhammer chop them down. Like he has to be the one catching this initiation. It's what this game's going to come down to be honest. Like there's a lot of burst damage on both teams and a lot of team fight on both teams. So whoever has that superior vision and the better catch, I think those are the ones that I would favor.
Yeah. I'm just correcting someone in the chat. So for anyone who is confused, Angel is Pakaz on Thunder Predator. Same player. Pakaz was his old name, and I guess he's gone back from Angel to Pakaz again.
Just 30 seconds now.
All right, we're good to go. 30 seconds till the game gets underway here. Now, mid lane will probably go the way of Dark Mango, but you do struggle to zone out the Dragon Knight from this lane. You don't beat him down like a lot of other heroes because that too much armor from Dragon's Blood. Did nerf the HP regen of it a little bit, but
they're thinking of going on top of Oscar. If Costa Bile gets that Chaos Bolt, they could try and bring him down. They're gonna get the enchant. Chaos Bolt's out. Gunner gonna level Dragon Tail here as well. The question is, can they find the kill inside the Bramble? They do, and it goes to the DK. And that is an instant purchase of a Bracer.
Yep, and they get 3 bounty runes as well.
Last game was the opposite. They didn't they give First Blood but still got 3 bounty runes, and now they get First Blood and 3 bounty runes? That's pretty good.
A much better start. Like you said, the instant Bracer is going to make it a lot easier for Dragon Knight to CS here. Before, I would have given the advantage to Kunkka a little bit, just because Tidebringer is such a useful tool for pushing out the wave and testing farm, but
you don't have Dragon's Blood yet either, right? Like, you're not going to have that extra regen and armor, so...
Well, you usually get Dragon Tail at level 1 anyways.
Yeah.
It comes out instantly. You can either secure yourself a ranged creep with it, or you can get yourself a deny by throwing it off onto the enemy.
It's very annoying to deal with, and it's so easy to do against melee heroes. Like, we'll probably see him do it here in a moment here on Gunner. But yeah, it's super frustrating.
You're doing fine for now. I want to look elsewhere. Panaboo in the bottom lane looks like he's getting close to dropping.
He is, and with Z-Freak here, and oh, nice Warcry. You don't see that at level 2 all that often, but will give him the armor and that movement speed to get away. Moo, he's got a skewer pack, because you don't really want to mess with that. Oh, he gets pulled under the tower. Nice Storm Hammer. They don't actually have the Bramble at that moment, and I mean, you're pretty happy about that trade.
Well, sitting very low and use the majority of the regen down here just to start the game off, so they're not in a good place right now in Thunder Predator. Gave up 3 bounty runes. They lost First Blood. Out of regen now in the Sven. Just got 2 Tangos left. Top lane goes to Bile. He might just drop.
Falling incredibly low. Yeah, you're right. Has the Fairy Fire, though. Looks like he's going to be all right. Husky has no regen for him. But it's coming out on Courier. Yeah, Salve getting ready for him. Goes to Bile just rushing for those treads into most likely the armlet. The same build we saw last game.
Yep. They give you so much armor. All right, they go onto him again. But again, they don't have double edge, so they can't.
Oh, 10 HP. He's dead. Well played by Matthew there on the Rubik, and Husky, he pops those Nature's Attendants. Doesn't end up working out.
Pointed to that. Creep died at the same time he was trying to save goes to Bile there, so he's got a point into Nature's Attendants when he doesn't normally get that. He gets impetus to harass inside the lane. Well, now he's got a skill that he doesn't want.
Yeah, it'll slow him down for sure. Does have level 2 enchant now, though, so that's super difficult to deal with. Paka's bottom lane is out of mana completely. Bramble, it's available, and Moo was just looking to skewer him into one of them, but Shockwave comes through, skewer right into that Shadow Realm. Couple auto attacks, all that's necessary, but a nice Fire Blast from Panda. Oh, what? That was a huge... That was a super high damage roll.
Yeah, what's the... I mean, he didn't get the damage block. He had 39 HP.
He went... Yeah, he got a 44 damage roll on that last attack. Yeah. Oscar top lane goes down to Husky and Costa Bile. This same lane duo of Enchantress Chaos Knight just doing so much work.
Already over a 1k net worth advantage lead for 4 Zoomers here, only a minute into the game. The only lane, actually you're losing all your lanes. Top 3 net worths all on the side of 4 Zoomers. Chaos Knight, Dragon Knight, and Magnus. Off the top, Dark Maker's doing well enough for himself, but he's behind Gunner. Thanks to that First Blood.
Bottom lane, they're getting a little bit aggressive here onto Moo. Paka's feeling pretty safe now that he's back in lane with full HP, but does he be careful? Skewer is always something that can turn the tide of the battle, especially with the lane this far back. And speaking of the devil, Panda Moo pulled right into the tier 1. Bramble on point there from Z-Freak as they will grab themselves another kill. Are you kidding me?
2 points, Shockwave. They're feeling themselves now on 4 Zoomers.
I mean, I know you've heard of Collapse Magnus, but anyone heard of Moo Mag? Because I'm feeling like we might see a new All-Star here.
Moo's a master of all roles and heroes. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Husky, top lane. Looking at aggressive, gets the net there onto the Centaur. Reality Rift does come through, and the enchant to follow. There's going to be the Storm Bolt. He's falling so low. Husky's got the damage. He just needs one more auto attack underneath the tower. Oh, he just barely survives. Did not have impetus available. Gonna have to pop those Nature's Attendants, but a root comes through. He's got another impetus. Matthew pops the stick, taking a lot of damage here from the summon, but he manages to survive. But I mean, Husky is just putting so much work in this lane.
He's back up to full. I mean, if he had a second point in impetus, no doubt both of his heroes would be dead. But Nature's Attendant, he did manage to do a little bit of work with that one as well. What's he got coming out now?
He's got himself another Dark Troll.
Yeah. Very cool. Another Dark Troll, and if he pops a stick, he's got mana for 1 impetus.
He's just gonna go farm their triangle again like he's done in the past, or is he rotating onto mid? Dark Mago pretty far forward. Gunner is level 6 now, does have that Elder Dragon form. He's gonna pop it. Dragon Tail does come out, and there's gonna be the net holding him in place. He's gonna have to drop the boat for this, I think. Enchant comes through, Dark Mago. All right, this guy's patient. He's got an impetus, but there's the Bramble. He's dead.
Should have hesitated on that boat. He wanted to hold it, but he ends up going down. I'm not sure he would have been able to get away with the boat, but I think he should have at least tried there.
I mean, that was such a sick Bramble from Z-Freak. It cut off him. It cut off exactly where he wanted to go. Speaking of Z-Freak, he's managed to find Pandamu on the side here, but with this rotation to mid from Enchantress, they are going to be able to do a lot of damage to this mid tower. The Dragon Knight, obviously one of the best at taking towers, and they're just going to turn their attention on over to Pandamu. They're going to let the catapult do its work, but Gunner, he wants blood, dude. This guy...
I'm genuinely surprised that they went for that Ogre instead of trying to finish off the tower.
I mean, it's dead. He's got Dragon form. It gets denied there by Matthew, so well done by him. All right, Dark Mago, he's tired of Z-Freak. There's the X, the boat, gonna come out. Torrent to follow, a lot of damage, but so far he's still surviving. There's gonna be the Dragon Tail holding in place. The damage reduction from that Breathe Fire might be enough to keep Z-Freak alive. Pandamu trying to rotate in. Big Ignite onto 2, Husky. Drops those Nature's Attendants, trying to run away. Nice Fire Blast as well, but they don't have the damage, man.
They can't finish off any of these heroes. They get out of that one. They get the tower, and they don't lose a single hero on their way out. 1 in 6 this game starts off, but 4 Zoomers, not messing around. On the meantime, Moo farming up in the bottom lane. Again, top 3 net heroes on net worth, all on the side of 4 Zoomers. Dragon Knight, Chaos Knight, Magnus.
I mean, you don't normally expect a mid lane DK to be this farmed, especially against a hero like Kunkka, who can farm pretty well himself, but that kill, that rotation to the mid lane into the tower take, that is game changing.
I mean, even that first blood that they ended up grabbing, that bracer, I mean, that made a world of difference for making Kunkka's lane easier. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Dragon Knight's lane easier.
22 HP regen under his mid tower. That's a pretty big number.
Yeah. He went to double braces, and now he's going to go for the armlet because he's feeling like he can do enough. He's feeling like he can right click and contribute to these team fights.
I mean, he should. Like, this DK is very safe this game. The only real way you kill him is Sven with, you know, several big items. They're looking for Oscar here, though. Z-Freak. Not going to be able to grab him. Oh, Gunner pops the DK form. Gonna be upset about that one, but instead just turns attention to the top tower. Yeah, you got a CK here. You know, why not? They'll take this no problem at all. And suddenly this triangle no longer safe for the side of Thunder Predator. They're picking out mid, though. I mean, this is a great trade if they can get it on Thunder Predator.
Well, they need to move somebody here in order to defend this mid-tier 1. And I'm surprised they haven't moved someone.
I mean, top's just falling so fast. They're going to be able to TP to respond.
Yeah. That's exactly what DK's doing. A little bit further away from the towers, they aren't able to collapse onto him. I'm surprised Moo isn't going over there, though. He's farming up his Blink Dagger, but he does have RP available.
Dragon Tail onto Oscar, into the Bramble Maze. I mean, you're a tanky hero, but not against this corrosive damage from this DK.
Yeah. Double Bracer, Power Treads, and Soul Ring. He's doing a lot of damage already. Once he's got his armlet, he's going to be a massive threat. Now they're farming up your triangle on Zoomers. Your map is shrugged pretty small already. You've lost the tier 1 top. You've lost the tier 1 in the mid lane. And none of your heroes do enough damage to fight into these strength cores on the side of Zoomers. This is one of the issues. And I think This is why they drafted like this. They can't blow any of these heroes up to get back into the game.
Pakas is doing really well though on this Sven. Mask of Madness done. He's level 8, so he is keeping up with them, but he's the only one keeping up with them.
Yeah.
And Oscar, he's gonna get found here by Z-Freak. Curse Crown set up for a pretty easy stun here. Well, yeah, Bramble Maze will come out. Gunner here. End up pig pulling himself, preventing him from going for the Dragon Tail. So Oscar gonna go for the TP.
Good.
No, Gunner sees him. He gets the Dragon Tail off. Oh no. It's gonna take a while for Oscar to die here, but Gunner gonna pop the DK form just in case. Dark Willow offers a lot more here with the Shadow Realm as well. And Oscar, not long for this world. A couple auto attacks here. Should be able to finish him off. The Breathe Fire from Gunner will do it. And bottom lane, you caught Moo though. Costabile trying to get aggressive here with this new armlet. Does need to be careful. Dark Mago does do a lot of AoE damage.
He's going to get back to base now. It looks like he was going to TP to the bottom lane, but he canceled it. He said he's going to go for the Sven.
Yeah, they are looking for the Sven. He comes back. There's going to be the Dragon Tail. Z-Freak is here with the chain stuns. Pakas, he's going to need help, but there's no tower. No one can TP up here to help him. Into the Bramble Maze they go. Nice Stormhammer, but okay, he's out. They can't finish him in time.
Yeah,
smart play by him.
Enough. 3 points to the Warcry. He's got a lot of armor. Physical damage isn't going to do it. Would have needed 6 on Z-Freak for that one, but he's pretty under leveled.
Yeah, or more levels in the Dragon Tail, right? 16-second cooldown was just enough to give him that window to TP out.
Yeah, no, not so bueno.
All right, despite a slow start, Dark Mago, top net worth here next to the Sven. I mean, he's looking pretty damn good on his way to that Spirit Vessel.
No.
Game stabilizing for Thunder Predator, it seems a little bit.
They've managed to play catch-up. They're still down 2k net worth against 4 Zoomers, though. With the Spirit Vessel, it should help, but again, I'm not sure how they actually bring down any of these Zoomer heroes. All of them are way too tanky. And Moo hasn't really been that active yet himself. Once he's got his Blink Dagger complete, which he needs another 125 gold for, this game becomes much easier.
Yeah, he's going to have it off to this creep. And there it is. Yep. Blink Dagger for the Magnus. Once again, a big timing for him. Top lane, Z-Freak is just so free to do whatever he wants. He can only really get canceled by like the we'll come back to that in a moment. Ogre found here in this triangle. Nice Fire Blast out. We'll be able to buy him some time. He does have Dragon Tail here on Matthew as well. Oscar gonna close the gap, but a nice root instead. Big pull comes out. Stampede instead. Gunner, you come a little bit too far forward this time. The God Strength from Pakas. Be able to just burn him down here pretty soon, and does what he can on this DK, but it is not enough. Kill goes the way of Pakas, but he lost Dark Mago bottom as well.
Yeah.
So it's a trade.
I saw the opportunity to grab him same time. But and no RP necessary for that one either. Does end up being a 1-for-1. I'm not sure that favors. It probably favors Zoomers, to be honest. I mean, they've got the space to push this tier 1 tower down in the bottom lane because of that.
I would, yeah, it's hard to say really. Like, I think it's a pretty even trade, but getting this bottom tower and the fact that Thunder Predator don't feel safe pushing top, it means you just get more map control. So at the end of the day, probably better for the Zoomers. And Moo still hasn't had to commit this Blink RP yet, so they got to be very careful of that.
He's holding on to it. He doesn't want to drop it on Matthew and Panda Moo though.
I think they saw that smoke. Matthew gonna steal level 4 Shockwave. That's pretty big. They smoke up themselves here on the Zoomer. They're gonna go for a wrap up onto top, it looks like. I mean, Oscars might be running right into it. This is a big kill if they can find him. Slowing down this Centaur from getting to this Blink Dagger is huge. And Moo, he's got the eyes. There's gonna be the Blink, the Shockwave into the Skewer, pulling him right in the tower. And Oscar, he's so damn tanky on this Centaur, but it's gonna reinitiation Pakas. He gets a huge Stormhammer, the Terrorize onto 2. DK in some trouble thanks to this Spirit Vessel. Oscar coming in, he pops the Dragon Knight. Can he actually get out here? Dark Mago so damn strong. There's gonna be another Dragon Tail, but Matthew snipes him with the Shockwave. A big fight here and a big win for Thunder Predator, going 1-1. Now the chain stuns out here onto the Dark Willow. Z-Freak, no chance getting out of this one.
They managed to turn it. against all odds. I mean, I guess diving the Centaur is a little bit more than you could chew. He's got a Vanguard. I'm surprised they didn't have the damage to finish him off, but
yeah,
they were so close to having the damage, or sorry, the cooldown for God Strength as well, and that fight would have been even worse before Zoomers had they had that. But I guess at this point, not enough damage. They need the armlet completed on the DK. And Chaos Knight needs to complete a couple more items as well.
Oh, Gunner mid lane in some trouble here. So they're just trying to bait a reaction, but dude, this Spirit Vessel is doing so much work here from Dark Mago.
They're getting close to this armlet. Just needs another 300 gold. That one's completed. And Blink Dagger now completed on Oscar.
Pakaz almost has his Blink Dagger as well.
Yeah, just needs another 400 gold. Then I think they'll start to look for a couple more plays on TP. I mean, they want to get map control back. They took a successful fight against 4 Zoomers just now, but they didn't get much of the map off of it. Mago's coming in mid with the catapult, but he doesn't have his BKB done yet either, and he's probably not as hesitant to go so crazy this game after what happened to him last time. You know, from our view, it was some over-aggressive moves from Dark Mago that cost him that match in his early game to fall off.
Yep. But it's, again, Pakaz at the top of the net worth chart. I mean, we saw this last game on his Medusa. He had to make a little bit of a comeback here, but it's a great Sven game, and we talked about it in drafts already, why so, and until they pick up these BKBs on the side of Zoomers, I actually don't know if they can fight into Thunder Predator. They are lacking damage right now.
There is little hope for Dire's middle tower. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And there it is. Another tower goes down to the mid lane. Smoke up from Thunder Predator as they move towards the south. TP is coming in. They want to defend this tower, and it makes sense, right?
Yeah, you don't want to give the tier 2s, give them outposts this early, and they're smoking up now, but they've already disengaged. They're just on top of their hill. Moo is just going to TP over to the mid tower. I don't think they're going to find much off of this. If anything, they'll maybe catch out Husky, who's just playing anchor for his team, sitting at the very back. Yeah, he chooses the correct kill, so they're going to lose Husky, but that's it.
Maybe they might not give him up for free. And the backside, Kozubile comes in. They get the RP onto the Centaur. Husky, he's still alive. There's going to be the skewer pulling him really far out of position, but in comes Pakaz. Terrorize needs to save him. It's going to connect onto 3, but you lost your Magnus, and now it's going to be this Sven. You got to be so scared. Just chain stunning down one here after the other. Gunner in a bad spot, but so is this Sven. Falling low, but the chain stun's in from Oscar, able to turn it back around. Pakaz going to live. The boat buff expiring, but he gets on top of Pandamoose. Kozubile just slapping these heroes. Oscar falling low. Cursed Crown. That TP, or that blink rather, not going to connect. There's going to be the Bramble Maze, and Kozubile somehow stands his ground and salvages this fight.
I mean, they turned around on 4 Zoomers like they thought they could take that one, but the fight did end up going the way of Thunder Predator. You lose your position 3 and your mid for the 5 and the 3 on the other side. I'd honestly say that went Thunder Predator's way.
Absolutely. I'm just surprised it didn't go worse. I thought it was going way worse, but...
yeah, they could have disengaged, just given up Husky.
Oh. nephew, nice moves there. I'll refer to those as schmoves, I believe.
Exactly. Now you're getting it. I see your casting with being starting to pay off, Ricky.
Yeah.
You're turning into a man of culture.
Becoming a real A-lister. You know, once you hang out with enough with like someone as cool as you long enough, you eventually, you know, it rubs off.
Yeah.
So thanks, sir.
You're very welcome.
We are
Pro Series.
Yeah. 8 to 10, one, like, there's almost no gold lead in this game right now. It is so damn close. They're gonna find Husky here in the top lane. The X into the boat. There's a dead Dark Willow here, most likely. Yeah, Oscar finishes off. That's actually only 1 point in the double edge, but it's enough.
Yeah, all he needs. Is it maxing that one out last? He's got Retaliate. He's working on his Crimson Guard now. Just needs another 600 gold for it. That one's going to be pretty useful against the majority of the heroes on 4 Zoomers.
They go into Roche. Pop that God Strength. They want to go in. Dark Mago also has a double damage, so they're going to take this very quick. And yeah, Zoomers do scan, but I don't think it's going to matter. They're going to make the trade here. The tier 2 for the Roche is about as old as time.
Yeah, they have no TB available on Magnus right now. They need his RP inside the pit if they're going to be able to test this. So, nice movements now by Thunder Predator. And this is something they're doing this game they didn't do the last one. You know, they're prioritizing because getting himself farmed. They're not taking fights at awkward times where they're halfway to items. And now he's working on his BKB. Once he's got that one completed, it's going to be very easy fighting into for Zoomer's lineup. But they're making a play now. They know that the Sven doesn't have his BKB completed just yet. So regardless of the fact that he's holding on to an Aegis, he just hit some item timings themselves. They have a Blink Dagger mech on Magnus. Gunner has his armlet completed.
They want to go in, but a huge Breathe Fire ends up catching 3. Cosvilla just pops that BKB right away, and all you get is an Ogre.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it.
That's a sick tip right there.
Last time. Yeah. That's a nice job. Sick BKB, bro. Nice reveal.
Yeah.
What were you afraid of? My Fire Blast? But that's what I feel for Zoomer should have done when Husky scattered out the 5-man smoke when he was sitting on the hill inside the Dire Triangle. It's just, all right, you sack your position 5, you walk away. The enemy, you know, they've wasted more time rotated to get that kill on your support, and it was worth it. Oh. Now Sven's got his BKB, and they're smoking up themselves, so they've missed their window of opportunity on 4 Zoomers, and Thunder Predator now have theirs.
Yeah, this is a great rotation from them. They might actually collide, but this time again only with Husky. They don't want. They saw him like no.
Yep.
Not Bambi. Not again. We gotta find something more.
Yeah, and they might just grab Gunner. They scout him.
Oh, he saw them with the ward.
Yeah, they grab him.
They do. Telekinesis comes through, but
he's too far.
X into boat. Is he too far? It might not be. He jumps in on Pakas, and there it is. The burst damage from the Sven. He gets the kill.
Well, they got more than Husky, but it's such an awkward angle. And all the lanes being pushed in. They're not going to be able to get anything else off of it.
Matthew with a little baby dragon. He's looking.
Yeah, doing a nice job of giving him the runaround now, though. He's farming up in the meantime.
It's looking really good for Thunder Predator right now. I mean, they've managed to stabilize what was a pretty solid lead here from Zoomers at the beginning of the game, and now it looks like they have full control.
Yep. Wonder what Pox's next item is. I mean, Silver Edge is going to be pretty important in this game. You not only is your crit, your extra attack speed, your break for the DK, so you're able to blow him up quicker. Probably be Chrysalis's next item queued up. Yeah, he's got Silver Edge coming out.
Well, they managed to find Kostabile in the mid lane. He has a BKB. He's going to get the pop-off right away. Turn around onto the Centaur. Does have that Crimson Guard to buy him some space, but god damn, this guy hits hard. Still manages to chew right through it.
Not tanky enough. Man, needs more armor. I mean, he did have phase boots queued up earlier, but he just completed his Crimson Guard, went for Blink Dagger afterwards, now going Aghanim Scepter. I think he does need more armor if he's playing against all these heroes that are doing physical damage to him. So, going back to the phase boots might not be such a bad idea. It's kind of late at this point, though.
Thunder Predator, they want to find more, and it's going to be Gunner in the mid lane. Stunned up here by Pakas, plus the Spirit Vessel. This DK stands no chance at all.
Managing to melt him down.
This is a really value Brigand's Blade game.
I mean, Brigand's Blade's just a sick item. The item's too good, in my opinion.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't value it, though. 8 more damage for 10% HP missing.
Yep. It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Gonna be a lead version of Robo, essentially. In the bottom lane, they're trying to force people back. They're trying to get onto Oscar.
Ooh, they got him. Nice skewer back there from Moo. Oscar, I mean, he popped that ult. And Shank comes through. Chaos Knight's got to get back on top of him, and he does with ease. Ends up popping the BKB, and I think he's just going to TP out. Yeah, he will. Rest of the team trying to do the same, but Moo gets caught. Nice targeting there by Panda Moo, his arch nemesis. Be able to continue the chase here, and Moo, I don't think you're gonna make it too far out of this one. Well, actually, maybe not. As mid lane, they managed to take a fight here. Gunner in some trouble. Another X and another boat. He's just dead. Pakas gets the BKB off in time, and they're looking for more. If they can get their hands on Costabile, this would be huge. See Freak. They got the X.
They got the X.
Dark Mega. Oh, what a Manta dodge there, or like illusion rune dodge. That was sick. Just stylish play here from this guy.
Because so afraid of his Aegis expiring that he decided to get back there. He's not following up with his team. And his God Strength about to expire as well. So, not the most confidence in the world, given the fact that his courier died with his Chrysalis on it, and he still doesn't have his Silver Edge. So, they stole the game out. But next Roshan, it's going to be Thunder Predator's time to shine. And Moo's still working on his BKB. Again, he hasn't contributed too much to this game yet, but
just trying to keep that bottom lane pushed, it seems, but now it's Thunder Predator starting to really pull away with a 2k gold lead, now 3, and it's just going to keep getting worse. Like, Kunkka and Sven will always be able to outfarm this Dragon Knight and Chaos Knight.
Yeah. Speaking of Chaos Knight, he's working on Eye of Scotty right now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's quite
How do you
good.
feel about this one versus the Heart?
I think it's really good against the Sven. Being able, like, slowing Sven's attack speed and being able to just sit on top of him with this Chaos Knight is pretty huge. Same thing goes for, like, Kunkka. Like, they have BKBs, like, you can just, they can't get away from you.
Yeah, there's the ability to just run him down.
I'm curious if he takes the Reality Rift Pierce's spell immunity at 20, though. It's pretty good. Like, Sven's not a hero with a lot of armor. Outside of Warcry, that's like his only survivability.
Yep. I'd like to see it. It's on the other side of that one. The extra stun duration. Yeah, you probably want the piercing spell immunity. Is like they try to disengage with the BKB. If you can pull them back, it's a pretty big deal. And Thunder Predator now getting more control of the map again. They want to start setting up around the Roche Pit, so this tier 2 tower in the top lane controlling this outpost is going to be their next objectives. And Moo is probably going to be forced to get back to defend this one, regardless of the fact that his BKB isn't completed. I'm not sure you can afford to just this one up, but somebody makes the call to not contest this.
It's hard, man. It's really hard to fight into Thunder Predator now. I mean, they are definitely stronger. It's this Sven that you just don't have an answer for at the moment. It's like we said in the beginning of the game, it all comes down to the initiation. If you don't burst down this Sven at the start of the fight, you're not bursting him down at all.
Yeah. Annoying. This courier's now coming out. Before it was dead with the Chrysalis on it. Now it's got the completed Silver Edge.
Yules managed to catch Centaur here. Gunner debating about going in, but you don't see anyone on the side of Thunder Predator, so
yep.
Good restraint there from him.
They could see that Sven was kind of nearby. They would avoid inside their jungle and scouted him out.
There's a sick Invis rune here on Dark Mago. There is
a very fast Roche respawn, by the way.
Oh yeah, you're right, it is. It's only about 15 seconds total. With that coming back up, I mean, they're trying to get their eyes on Moo here at bottom. He's been able to escape their ganks this whole time. Oh, they got him. Yeah, no chance this time, Moo.
150 gold from his 150 gold from his BKB, and he ends up dropping again, so it's going to delay it even further.
And Matthew now has Skewer with an Aether Lens and a Psychic Headband, just for the record.
Yeah. Quite neat.
Is going to be a very long Skewer.
Yeah.
They bottom. He finds Dark Mago. Stun. Terrorize. Not going to be in time. He gets the BKB off. In comes Gunner as well. His BKB is available. Drops the Dragon Tail. He's going to need help, though. In comes Pakas, and the God Strength Costabile needs to get out of here. He is just shredding these heroes. They're supposed to be tanky, but not for the Sven. Silver Edge does come through. Spirit Vessel's going to catch the Dark Willow in the trees. They get the kill. Fire Blast now onto the DK. Force Staff out. He needs help. Pakas trying to get aggressive, but ends up blinking the wrong way there.
Yeah, now he's just going to get back. Gunner's dropping pretty low.
Gunner might just die.
Though, in this
yeah. It's just the Spirit Vessel spam over and over. And they found Costa Pile. Look at Matthew with the skewer holding him off to the side. The Stolen Chaos Bolt into a huge stun from Bacchus. You're falling one by one here on the Zoomers, and without buyback on 2 cores, they might try and push high ground.
I mean, the majority of the damage in that team fight didn't even feel like it was Fen. He was just kind of walking around. Everyone else got cleared out by the Kunkka, by the Centaur. Rubik ended up doing a good chunk of damage as well. And they know they don't have Fortify, so they're just going to go up the high ground in the mid lane.
Yep. That's going to be tier 3 down. No buyback for another 48 seconds.
They've got RP available on Magnus. He's got Blink Dagger as well, but I'm pretty sure they're about to lose a melee racks off this unless Moo can turn this in a beautiful way.
They can go top with this. There's still another lane of barracks, but they're going to back out, it seems. 4 heroes is enough to...
Yeah, 4 heroes against an RP as well. You don't want to chance that one. Give up the victory that you've...
Roche is up. I mean, we talked about it. Super fast respawn, so Thunder Predator will scout this out.
Yep. That should help.
Sven now has a Satanic.
I'm being flown out to him right now. Just summoning that Master Madness. Satanic, BKB, Silver Edge. He does way too much damage now. The pause coming out. Matthew. Some network issues. Gives us a chance to evaluate the game and ForZoomer's position. They did scout out Roshan with a Hellbear Smasher, but it's been so long at this point that both teams are going to figure that it's over there. They have to be able to contest this Roshan. I don't think they can afford to give this up to TP, but fighting this Sven when he's got God Strength, this freshly completed Satanic, might be too tall of an order for ForZoomers.
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, the biggest issue you have right now is it really feels like this Dragon Knight has been a non-factor in this game. I mean, he got this like armlet into a BKB, and yes, he like kind of drew mid, but look at your net worth difference. He's 7,000 gold behind this Kunkka. You just don't farm on this hero, and without having like a lot of really solid pickoffs in the mid game, like he's really struggled.
So they're getting ready to smoke up now. And we're going to see a big fight around the Roche pit here. This one could just decide whether or not Thunder Predator wins this game.
His second Roche to the Aegis as well as the Shard is there. I mean, Costa Bile and Moo, it's gotta be them. Dragon 4 comes through. They will stun up the Ogre. He's going to get pulled right back from Costa Bile, but a nice telekinesis, and in comes the Sven. The cleave damage, but Moo with the return RP. Can they actually keep this fight going their way of Kakos? He just pops the BKB. He's trying to stay on top of the CK, trying to just cleave him down. The Storm Bolts are there, but he's got no illusions left, and Gunnar is alone on the low ground. They manage to take down Mag. You lose CK. You lose everything on ForZoomers. It is just no way out.
They've got RP on the Rubik as well. He managed to steal it there. So the small chance that they do manage to come back here, they're just going to be able to close the game out. But they're not going to go back for Roshan. They're not going to go for tier 3 towers. They're just going to go for End. And they know it on ForZoomers, and they call it GG. They tie up the series 1-1. And looked a little bit dicey at the beginning of this game, but Thunder Predator, they managed to bring it back. Sven was exactly what they needed. The hero with enough damage to be able to take down these tanky strength heroes. And ForZoomers, maybe it's time for them to rethink their strategy. I mean, it was clear what they were going for here. They wanted a bunch of people who were able to take down early towers. It'd be too difficult for the supports to kill because they do relatively low damage, but Sven was the perfect solution to it, I feel. I think that was a bigger issue than Templar Assassin or Phantom Lancer would have been. He just absolutely melted these heroes this game. He had way too much farm, and he came online too quickly for them to deal with on ForZoomers. So I imagine next game that one will probably be banned out, but I think both teams are going to run with a completely different lineup. So Thunder Predator, even though they fell apart in game number 1, both teams ran it back with a very similar strategy for game 2, and they managed to make it work. So if nothing else, they've got like the mental victory here in this game as well on TP.
It felt like the Dragon Knight to me just felt really out of place. Like you have the
ability. He got the early towers though.
He did, but you see this Kunkka mid, and you like pick a Dragon Knight in it to just like draw the lane rather than picking something that can potentially win or slow down Dark Mago. Like you never slowed Dark Mago down. If it wasn't for him like not dropping that boat early on and to that rotation, like he probably would have never died this game. And you talked about the fact that they never were able to stop Pakaz here, and the Sven just being such a perfect pick here to close this one out for Thunder Predator. I mean, ForZoomers, maybe they'll come back to the drawing board with something a little bit different, but Thunder Predator, like I said, I didn't think game 1 was a draft problem for them. I think it was a little bit of an execution issue, and they cleaned it up big time here in game number 2.
But 1-1 tying up the series. So we got a serious series on our hands. Hopefully this goes to 5 games. I'd be excited to see it, man.
Dude, we all would. We're going to go to a short break here. Everyone stay tuned for game number 3 here between Thunder Predator and 4 Zoomers. This is the grand finals best of 5 here of the Pro Series 9. We'll see you in a bit.